People with autism need physical activity in their lives every day. And the kind of programs that are in existence now for adults with autism who can't work on their own don't provide the kind of activity that's important for them to be healthy. This is a beautiful 120-acre farm that we have. It has incredible potential in helping us to be able to meet the needs of adults with autism. But as you can see, right now all we have is a couple of animal sheds and a 1-acre fenced pasture and a couple of old greenhouses. We have a beautiful 5-acre garden that we used last summer and that we'll be using this summer. But we don't have space for our people to be inside in the winter while they're here on the farm. We need a building that will be our offices and will be our program space. We'll have indoor restrooms so we don't have to use an outhouse out here on the farm in the winter time. And we're pretty excited about right over here getting our first building to go up. This beautiful 120-acre farm here in Hiram has been given to us to develop this program on, but has no buildings. So this is the site right here. This is the spot where we propose our first building. It will be the size of an average house. It'll provide office space and restrooms and space for our participants to meet every morning here on the farm, to get their activities organized for the day, a place for them to come in from the cold when they get cold, a place for them to eat lunch, and a place that will be the center of all of our activities here on the farm for the first 3 or 4 years that we're here.
Right there. Cut. Good man.
With very limited resources, we've been able to basically start a garden, have animals, cut wood, any number of projects you can imagine that have kept people active and doing meaningful work. The outcomes have been wonderful. The feedback I get from parents are wonderful in terms of less medication for their children. They report their children being more talkative and better spirits, sleeping better at night. So generally, the main focus was to be client-centered and centered on the needs of the participants that we serve here. And, I think we've done that. I do think we have a ways to go in terms of developing the programming that we're doing, and of course, building buildings that are definitely going to assist us in continuing programming and expanding our programming so we can serve more people.
We're planning to have this administration building, and it's going to be a straw bale building, which is a really unique thing. Part of the vision of this farm is that all of the buildings on the farm will be green buildings. And having that space here on the farm where we're doing all our other activities means that we don't have to worry about transporting people to and from different places, which cuts into our time for doing the work that we're supposed to be doing. It will allow us to split the group up better, I think, so that people who want to be inside for the day working on crafts can, do that for an hour and then come back outside, and that's easy logistically. And I think it'll be really nice to have a space that they have ownership of.
This particular population of people have a real difficult time with transition. Downtime is basically when they have their problems. That's when they can't necessarily sit still and wait for the next thing to happen. They've got to be busy, they've got to be working, they've got to be hands-on. Every time we have to go somewhere and do something that's not here on the main campus, that means we have to get into a van, a car, staff car, travel. Again, those transitions where it's downtime, just walking or standing and waiting, is when you see more problems. When they're happy and when things are going well is when people are working, and having everything right here really enhances that.
The goal here on the Hiram farm is to provide employment and therapeutic activity for eventually as many as 50 adults with autism. We think we can do that here. We opened in June last year with 6 participants. Here in February 2010 we already have 12, and we're getting new requests for services every week. The need is great, but we need this building. This grant from the Pepsi Refresh Project would give us the money we need to start construction as soon as the weather warms up here in Hiram. We hope that you'll vote for our grant and the Pepsi Refresh Project. Thanks.